Yeah.
I'm here. I'll record the whole damn thing. I'll give you a copy and I'll put it in the room too.
Okay. Cool.
It's like so if I take Ethereum up to the monthly, right? Can't really see shit other than a double bottom. So you got your four up.
Right. Could you just mark it on there? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So one,
Right.
two,
Up trees. Yeah.
three.
Right. Okay. That's obvious. It kicks in after the retrace.
Right.
Right.
So
Okay. Yeah.
remember, everything has to come back to the first wick.
Yeah.
So you don't want to touch this motherfucker. I mean, because again, with crypto, everything is compressed. If I run everything line to line, there it is right there.
Yeah. So it's going to come down back down to that line.
Correct.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is not touch a fucking thing. Don't touch it at all.
Yeah.
Let it fall. Let it do its retrace. Let it come back down.
Yeah.
When it comes to trading crypto, I mean, I can identify a pattern, in seconds. But
Sure. Yeah.
until you get to my level,
Right. The other thing about identifying the patterns, sometimes, I mean, I was, let's say, I'll see if I can find an example where you talk about a flat spot. You've got a number
yeah,
of wicks. You've got like a whole bunch of wicks, and one of them becomes a flat spot.
right there.
I see that one there, right? But maybe there's been other times where you see a flat spot and I see a flag or something. Um, I'm just looking
No,
to
I know
see.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like here,
Yeah.
I'll even here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Um, I would say that your biggest overall deficiency when it comes to trading is you overthink everything.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
And it's not that you're overthinking it because you're stupid. I mean, because I know what you do for a living. You're a brilliant man, but it's because you've had your ass kicked in the market so many times. Even after looking at the market and saying, "I saw it. I got in. I got scared. I got out. It went the direction that I knew it was going to go, but I then got out of the trade and I got my ass handed to me. On top of I had to take the hit from the commission, then I took the hit from the broker, then I still had to take the egotistical hit because I knew I was fucking right to begin with, and so all three of them just kind of bind up against you, and you're like fucking a.
Yeah. I go throw things at the wall and stuff like that. Not
So
literally, obviously.
I would honestly say, one of the biggest downfalls, and it's just because I know your personality so well. You're a lone wolf. The guys in the room, they kind of vibe off each other, but you're more of a lone wolf, and so more than likely the room might be actually fucking you up more than I mean, it's kind of nice to have camaraderie and talking to people and whatnot,
Yeah.
but if you got 15 other people saying do this that sideways and whatever, and you're like, I just want to fucking answer it, and none of them are right, but they're all giving you opinion because that's what they're trying to learn, then it's going to shoot you with the foot more than anything.
Yeah, but to be honest, man, I do I look out for what you put up. No, that has priority. But like you say, it's good for the it's good to have the banter in the room. But you might be right, but you usually are right. Let's be honest.
So, like, since, just since the last goddamn, poke at it, you got to drop 1, drop 2. Here comes drop 3.
Yeah. So there's sometimes a reversal will kick in, and
Oh, absolutely.
And then sometimes you might be reckoning on a count of 3, and then you would be waiting the 4, but the 3 then suddenly becomes a 4, and you got a change in direction.
Well, you're not going to have a change in direction if you go to the count previous on the same time frame and figure out whether you're on a 3 or whether you're on a 4.
Okay, and then I would fit that into the, let's say, the next time frame up.
Right.
Just to see where that's going. All right.
So, I mean, Ethereum and Bitcoin, they're just easy because with all the bullshit in the world, okay, so, there's your drop. But, like, you look at Bitcoin, damn near looks the same fucking way. All it's doing is making a fucking inverted head and shoulder pattern.
Yeah.
And before it, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you got 1, 2, 3. Back up she goes.
Right. You've got this wick here, right? This wick here is because you've got that. You've got the wick on that candle. The wick goes effectively pulls it down. It doesn't go below the opening of the candle.
Okay. New thought and theory. Let go of all of it. Like here, like with Ethereum.
Yeah.
Watch. Throw a buy on it. Grab 2 more. I know the motherfucker's going up.
I have to do something.
Like you can throw a buy on the fucking. I know the motherfucker's just going up. But okay, so instead of focusing on each individual wick,
it was dark in there.
Look at it as a chunk.
And the music
and what I mean by a chunk is, let's see here.
As clear as day.
I'm trying to do this in a way that you'll see it.
So would all of you.
Okay. Here we go. See how there's a chunk of green here?
Yeah.
There's a piece of pink.
Yeah.
Then there's another chunk of green here. And then there's a piece of pink.
This tape isn't about
and so on and so forth.
It's about
Yeah.
you and me, Justin.
Instead of worrying about counting candles and trying to figure out, how to dissect a fucking virgin mermaid that just got fucking poked by Shamu, whatever the fuck the case may be.
Yeah.
Just focus on the fact that you've got pink here, pink here, pink here, and pink here. Now, how many diamonds do you see there?
I see 4.
Okay, so what's that tell you?
That's the start of a push.
That's your uptrend.
Yeah.
And right after it, you got green 1, green 2, green 3.
Yeah.
Is that easier?
Absolutely.
Instead of looking at it from, candle pattern push, if you were to just look at it
How did you
as
live with what
there's a chunk of red or a chunk of green and a chunk of pink. A chunk of green, a chunk of pink.
Yeah.
Does that help any, or does that just confuse you more?
No, I think that makes it almost painfully obvious.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Right. I think you go back to what you said about me overcomplicating things. I mean, I've done a bit of studies on candle theory, on
Yeah.
different.
All those theories are wrong, I'll guarantee you.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So that's why I'm thinking, looking at the length of the look at the size of the candle, the length of the wick,
Nah,
whether
none
it's
of that means shit.
above and below.
None of it means shit. Because I mean,
Yeah.
if I were to, just pick it apart again, you got pink, and then you got another chunk of pink here, and you got another chunk of pink here.
That's a 3. Yeah.
So if you have 4 up this way, and you have 3 going down that way, obviously the pink is the uptrend and the purple is the retrace. And then if you really want to get anal about it, you say, well, how do you know there's only 3 there? Because before it, 1 chunk of red, 2 chunks of red, 3 chunks of red, 4.
Did you talk to somebody?
Yeah.
Are you even listening? I just told you I can't go to the cops.
Right. Okay. I think that I can
want you to tell Jessica the truth.
can see that. Right. Well, I think what I'll do is similar to what you've done with Elton. I think I'll just go through markups and cuts.
Here, how about this? Until you pull yourself out of the hole halfway, at least.
Yeah.
Every fucking trade that you're gonna take, send it to me, and I'll just look at it and I'll mark it up for you. If it's right, I'll let you know. If it's wrong, I'll correct it, and that way you're not fucking yourself in the ass.
Yeah. Okay. Will I send it to you? Will I put it in the group?
No, fuck no. No, don't put it in the group. Just like literally, just inbox me privately.
Okay. Right.
See, because like I can go back to my how much I'm up or down or whatever, and I know that on $11, I waited for the count, off it went.
Yeah.
So I could hold this buy until midnight, and off of $11, I'll have $1,000 out of it.
We hooked up. That's what happened. She wanted it, and we hooked up.
I think it's having faith in my own talents, my own ability. As you said, I've had so many setbacks.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's completely understandable. We're guys. We like to, if we're gonna have success in something, we want to have success in something worthwhile having success in.
Absolutely.
Before you got good at nailing your wife, you had to nail a couple broads the wrong way before you learned how to do it the right way.
How does that help Jess now?
Exactly.
It's the same fucking thing. It's literally the same goddamn thing with trading, over and over and over again. Here, just for shits and giggles, get the shit off my screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Because like most people will see, this right here.
Yeah.
All you got to do is get rid of all the fucking noise. Everything comes back to the first wick.
And that's the first wick before
Right.
the push in whatever direction.
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
So just do yourself a favor. Grab your trend line.
That's going to come back there, isn't it? Yeah.
And while you're at it,
I'm not protecting rights, you little fuck.
grab your other trend line. I mean, it'll tell you exactly where the fuck it's going.
Jessica.
Hmm.
I
Take it up to a higher time frame. Poof, there's your next triangle right there. It literally draws it out for you. Then if you really want to make sure, you go back to the M5, and it still draws it out for you. Remember, everything has to touch 3 times. So you got push 1, drop. Push 2, you know, you got the drop coming in.
Yeah.
You keep saying yep, yep, but I'm worried that that yep, yep is really what the fuck.
No, I see that with the at the point that every now and again it will break out. Right? I can see the triangle, I can see that forming, and that makes perfect sense. But at some point it's going to break out, and it may break out in the other direction.
Up or down?
Whatever that. In theory, what we've got on the screen, that's going to go back up, and it's a symmetrical, it's a continuation, but every now and again it doesn't do what you would expect it to do. And
correct, because that would mean that you got the wick wrong, and it's still going back to its first wick and just building the pattern larger.
Yeah, so it's a case of waiting to see how they. You wait for the third touch.
Correct.
Before we actually make a move. Now, if it's on the M5, I would go down to the M1 and see what's happening there, or up to the
correct.
M15.
Well, I would say, you know, the best way to fuck with any pattern is identify the pattern, then just know on that time frame you're gonna have 4 pushes. Like, you know, you got this ascending triangle here, and then, you know, right after that ascending triangle, you got 1 push, 2 push, 3 push, 4. You have 4 pushes up. At the 4th push, that motherfucker is gonna drop.
Mm-hmm.
It's like any other time frame. So just know that after this pattern, you know, breaks out, then you need to just let the motherfucker do its thing for 20 minutes, which is 4 candles,
Mm-hmm.
and then you've got 3 candles back. So out of after, you know, an hour and a half or whatever, let the retrace happen. Let it come back to its first wick. Now you know it's not going to go any farther down.
Mm.
Grab the buy, ride it up.
Okay, without waiting for it to potentially break through, retrace.
Yeah, just let the pattern build.
Yeah.
And then just grab the retrace instead of having it fuck with things. Just grab just the retrace.
Okay. Some of them, most of them will work, but some will end up a loss. I think that's just the nature of the thing, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I completely understand. So, I mean, yeah, we can go down to the M1, and all it's really doing is just building up. No, there's your drop right there. You know, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, you know, descending triangle.
Yeah, I see that.
That motherfucker has to come down. Well, here we can grab the motherfucker together for all I care.
And then once it gets down, it doesn't always have to touch the bottom line, does it? It was close.
You just need to have it present 3. You just need to have it present 3 patterns.
Yeah. Okay. Because again, I think what I've been doing is it's something, not always, but I've been expecting it to go down and go through the line or touch the line, break through, and come back or whatever.
9 times out of 10, it'll touch the line. Every once in a while, it won't touch the line by a millimeter or 2, but it still lines up with the first wick, and then you're just like, motherfucker, what the hell?
Off we go. Yeah. You're going to put this up, are you? Or you're going to
say that again?
Are you going to put this up? You're recording it. I think you're going
to
put this.
Yeah, I got this one recorded. Yeah.
Right. then I'm going to use this and just study this video for the next couple of days.
Here, I'll do you one better. Just because I have no problem saying, give me money for drugs,
Yeah.
we're going to go day 1. 30. Tomorrow night, we're going to get on at the same time. Now that I know it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon at your house,
Yeah.
which means that, the day's just starting over here.
Why is everyone protecting his life?
Okay, cool.
Dude, fuck that, Tony.
So
Fuck that. Jessica got raped. Jessica got a completely
now you got to have,
No one is
stupid
cool.
fucking little pattern come in,
That is beyond fucked up. You don't know the whole
and then
story. What else do I need to
it'll
know?
come down.
Oh, you're brainwashed too, just like the rest
And-
of us. But I'm not, okay? And I'm not gonna sit back and do nothing like you and everyone else.
And anytime you need to know what the fuck's going on with Bitcoin or with Ethereum, just literally hop over to Bitcoin, and it'll fucking show you. I mean, word for word, like what the fuck's happening.
Fucking right, I'm upset. Why aren't you? Why is it everybody?
So
So you've got the pole there. That's going to come down further.
yeah, like if we had a 30-second chart, there'd be a goddamn descending triangle right there.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll just look at the Ethereum on the M5 you've got. Right. On the Ethereum on the M5, there's a flat
See,
slope.
look at that. Even I didn't do the fucking line right. Okay, M5, show me your flat spot.
Yeah.
Kinky, dirty bitch.
You've got there. Right.
Ah, okay, that's really good that you're seeing that,
So that's going to come down. That's going to push further down, isn't it?
because that's not flat.
It's not. Okay.
Like if I were to run a line from it,
Yeah.
like if I just put a line at the pink wick, right?
Yeah.
It cuts right through that bottom line. So it's actually not flat at all.
Right. Yeah.
It's just slanted just enough that you can't really see it.
Let's say we try and get some justice for Jessica. What the? His word
Then-
against the dead goods. Open season on anything for all those reasons.
There's an actual slant to it to make it a fucking falling wedge.
It's a falling wedge, so that's going to drop a little bit, and it's going to shoot back up.
Yeah, you've got your 3 candles on the M5.
Mhm.
So I'll hop over the M1. I'm pretty sure we'll have 3 patterns, and we can both grab the buy, and take a small account and flip it real quick. You always want to just wait for 2 candles to come in. Which would make a whole lot of sense. Ah, there we go. There we go. Jackass dog. So with damn, that's loud. So with crypto, they have a tendency to sneak a lot of shit in. Like you'll see that as being flat. It's not. It's slanted.
Yeah.
So there's your second candle. You can grab the buy right there. And then just because it's a small account, just get away with it. Throw in another buy just because you can milk it at this point. Don't have much room at this point. Throw in a little 0.01. Go up to the M5. Now I'm presented with a bunch of wicks.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. I need to open the door. My son's wanting to get in. I'll be back in 2 minutes. All right, back again. All right.
You say your son wants in?
My son, yeah, I've got 2 boys.
How old's your kids?
12 and 14.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Started late.
So, even with the entries where they are, you can still come back to the M1, and I'm pretty sure it'll be presenting its first pattern. Yeah, there you go. So, you got, without even checking, you have free margin. You can hop in again. Just for shits and giggles. Oh, sorry, wrong number. Oh, you dirty whore. So, yeah, so this is literally how I take, $5, $6, $7, $8 up to a few $100 and I do it real quick. So, you got to drop 1, drop 2. There you go. You'll have your 3 touches here.
Let that go. Take a profit and then let it come down again.
You can, or you're in it, early enough in it that on the M15, you're not really looking at much. Even on the M30, you're not really looking at much. You can literally hold on to this bitch for probably till we do a webinar tomorrow, and it'd be just fine.
Yeah. I'll let that run. So, for the sake of safety, should I put in a stop loss somewhere? If I look at the M15, I've got there are those 3. There are 3 wicks, 3 candles.
Yeah, here.
They're probably not far enough down, are they?
Put it right there. So in between the first and second candle.
Yeah.
So what, 167105?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got that. Okay. So worst case, and I can pull it down to there. Okay. I've got 4. I've got 4. No, three. I've got 3 positions open.
Okay. Yeah. So just pull all your stop losses in the same spot.
Mm-hmm. Just let it run.
Yeah, just let it run. Carry on with your fucking day.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's been very, very, very insightful. I've got a few more tips, got a few notes, but I'll study the video again a few times because I think I just want to make sure that I've picked up everything that I need to.
Like I said, the only thing with you is it's because you're so damn smart. It screws you. Like the way that you think, you're brilliant in the business world, or you're brilliant in the everyday economic world, but what you need in the world of business goes against damn near every principle in trading.
Absolutely.
So
Same.
the more intelligent you are in trading, the more it's going to fucking burn you.
Yeah.
So, while, just for the day, try this. And I don't care what chart you do it on.
Yeah.
Whether it's, AU gold, I don't give a shit. Instead of focusing on, pattern push, pattern push, pattern push, go to any time frame where there's not a lot of congestion.
Yeah.
Like with gold, it's up on the daily. And just find this. Find the pattern and focus on this right here. So there's a chunk of pink here. There's a chunk of pink here. There's a chunk of pink here. Chunk of pink here. And start looking at it not as, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
But you have 3 chunks of pink right here.
Yeah.
So retrace 1, retrace 2, retrace 3. Then if you can't see it on the daily, fuck it, go to the weekly. It doesn't matter where you go, as long as you're able to see it. And then once you're able to identify what it is that you're looking at, then go to a lower time frame where you can identify what the fuck you're looking at.
Yeah. I like that, the idea with the chunks, and that I think that's going to help me.
And I mean, I can see it clear as present day that there's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you got 1, 2, and 3. Now you got to reverse the trend. So now you got 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you got 3 chunks of pink. And after that, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's some new shit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's just the same shit. Pattern 1. Pattern 2. Pattern 3. It's just the same shit over and over and over again.
It's going to be
But instead of, and I know I do shit really quickly, instead of seeing things for candles and patterns and shit, start teaching or start training your eyes just to see pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, reversal.
Mhm. Yeah, it's training the eyes to see that. I think that's going to be pretty.
Or even better, grab your properties, go to your bar down, delete it. Go to your bar up, delete it. So now you don't have any bullshit at all. And now you just have blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue, pink.
That's pretty.
And if you're still having an issue, grab whatever fucking color you want and say, I don't know, whatever your bear candle is, whatever color it is, black it out. And then notice that you're just going to get pinks or chunks of blue at that point. And if that confuses you, go over to one of your bar ups or bar downs and make it black. You can do all sorts of shit to these charts to help you in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. I just see. I'm just looking at something. You've got. Ah, I need my. I need to do my.
Go ahead, what?
Got that there. There's one.
Yep.
2, 3.
Bingo.
You got your, and that's. Well, that's no, that's bull. That's bollocks. Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Remember, you're up on the weekly, so everything's gonna be way more concentrated. So you got blue, pink. So that's gonna be 1. Blue,
Mhm.
pink, 2. Blue, pink, 3. Blue, pink, 4. So you've got all 4 right here.
Then you've got the three pink after that.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then it goes right back into it. Blue, pink, 1. Blue, pink, 2. Blue, pink, 3. Blue, pink, 4. Immediately after that, 3 pink down.
Yeah. That's cool. Right. Good.
Also, even with ether, it's still, everything goes back to the first fucking wick. Buggered. Goddamn books. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, that's going to pull back down to there before it can continue the count.
Correct. So it has to have its sub patterns inside of its bigger patterns, to move it up and down the chart.
Yeah.
But
Right, I'm going to go play with that for a while.
like if I were to take away this line, oh shit, I closed the position, motherfucker. I can grab, that's basically the pole of this pattern here.
Yeah. Right, the pole is obviously decisive as well. I think I'm okay at recognizing seeing the pole where that's coming from. It's usually what you call the sub patterns.
Correct.
Keeping an eye on them. Okay. Cool. Right, I'm going to have to break off anyway, Rick. I've got a meeting in about 10 minutes. So,
Go do your thing, have fun. I'll run this through YouTube, and then I'll put it in the room, and I'll send you a copy as well.
fantastic. Cheers, Rick. Much appreciated.
Absolutely.
That bottle of Macallan is probably we'll get it ordered soon, and I'll bring it with me.
Nice.
Okay.
Good shit. I'll talk to you in a bit.